Welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today we're gonna be learning HTML, CSS, and JavaScript as most of you guys chose. Let's continue. So today I'm gonna be teaching you the basics of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna need VS Code installed, and we will need to install extensions that's called live. You can search up live and just install this one or this one, whichever we want, and so that way we don't have to reload each time. It will just automatically reload the website for us. So first let's create HTML file and shift, and you'll get this. Click on it, and once you have the HTML, you can just right click and open with live server, or you can just click go live right here and it will open a website for you. So the first thing we're gonna learn is the basics of HTML. So here we have HTML with a language of English and a header, and the title is document, and there's a body which most of our stuff is gonna go inside. So the first thing I'm gonna do is make a title for it. So I'm gonna say my website, and as you can see, this is header 1, which is the biggest. If you want, you can change the number to up to 6, and each time it will become smaller. Another tag is p tag, which is paragraph. So this is when you want long essays or long text. Another tag we look is the div, which I mostly use because it's like a container, and you can use it for most of the stuff in your website. So we can put a p tag inside here, and let's name it box. And so let's go look into the CSS now. So we're gonna create style.css, and we will need to link the style sheet file. So we're gonna do link relationship of style sheet, and the file name is style.css, and you will need to make it self-closing tag. And once we have this, we can go to the style file, and we will select the div and curly braces, and let's say I want to change the background color, which I'm gonna do red. And as you can see, by default the width is taking on the HTML. So as you can see right here, there's some margin or padding errors. So I'm gonna fix that, which we can do body margin of 0 and padding of 0, and now it's taking all of it. So let's say I add another div which will be having a second box. What if we want to make the second box yellow? So that in that way we are gonna need to separate them by using a thing called class. Class are like names or something like a name you give them, so you can select them in the style sheet. So let's give the first one first box, second one second box, and here we can take this out and dot and then the class name, which is first box and second box, which has a background color of yellow. So as you can see, this is how class work. Another thing we can use is things called IDs, which are like this, but it's preferred to use classes when styling and IDs when using a JavaScript. So in CSS, there are things like when you want increase the height or the width. So let's say you want to increase or decrease the width because it's taking the full screen and we don't want that. You can just do 50%, which will take only the 50% of the screen. And we can do a height of let's say about 10 VH, which is a view height of the screen. And let's do a different thing with the second one. We're gonna do width of 10% and height of 20 VH. And now as you can see, if I move the screen, you can see the width changing. So if you don't want that, you can just put the percentage to a pixel or something like inch, centimeter, or all these measurements to your liking. So next we're gonna be learning about JavaScript. So let's create script.javascript. So JavaScript is like the brain of your website. It controls mostly all the website's interactions. And this first we need to learn the basics. So the basics. The first thing is variables. So variables are like what you store a data in, so you can get the data later. So let's say let name equals Bob. So the name is a variable and the Bob is what's inside it. So if I say console.log name, it will log out Bob. So next we're going to be learning about functions. So function hey, and let's make this function log out 1 2 3 and another one too, hey, and we're gonna call this function. So when I run this function, when I run this code, it's gonna log out hey and also 1 2 3. So now we have the basics. Let's learn how to use it in the website. So first we will need to link the HTML with the script. We can do that by using script tag and give it a source of the file name, script.javascript. And here, let's check if it works. We're gonna alert hi, and as you can see, it's working. So the first thing we want to do is make a button. And we're gonna do is delete the second box. and we want it so when we click this button it will delete the second box, which is a yellow one. To do that, we're gonna give it an ID of button, and we can also do on click and the function name, which we're gonna be doing delete box, and we're gonna do closing and opening. So in the script file you do the function and the on click function right here, so you're gonna paste it and put it right here, and we're gonna need to get the box, so which will be the second box. So we will be like I told you, we're gonna be using the ID, so the second box. Then we're gonna store that box in a variable, so variable second box equals document dot get element by ID, and you're gonna put the ID, which is second box. Once we have that, we're gonna do second box dot delete, dot remove. And now if I click on this button, it will remove the second box. So let's check. So as you can see, the second box is gone and we can only see the first one. So as we have seen, the function delete box deletes the second box, which is gotten using the ID of second box. So let's learn how to make it change a color. So let's try changing the first one. So let's give it ID of first box, or if you guys just want to select it by class, you can do by using variable first box equals document that query selector and dot and the class name, which is the first box. So let's create another button which we're gonna call change color, and let's do a different way from the last one, which we did on click delete box. This time let's do it with an ID. Let's give it first button, change button. And once we have this, we're gonna need to select, get it from the document. So change button equals document the get element. So once we have that, we're gonna do what's called event listener, which listens to lots of things like clicks, mouse movement, mouse enter, mouse leave, and a lot of those things if you want to apply them to your website. So now we're just gonna do the click one. So we're gonna do change that add event listener, and this function is gonna have on click, and it will be empty, and we're gonna change the first box. So the first box dot style that background color, which is gonna be let's make it blue. So if I click on this, it should turn to blue. Yes, it's working. So now we have learned how to change colors. Let's learn how to change the text. So we're gonna need to give it we can give this an ID, or yeah, we can give this an ID, and let's change this to red box, and first box text. Then we're gonna give this again. Once we have that, we're gonna do first box that text, that inner text, or you can do text content, which is equal to blue box. And now it's changing, and so we have a problem, which is when we click on this button, it won't change back to the red one. It's because we didn't add a code to it. So let's try making it so it changed back to the red color. So first we can do if first box that style that background color equals blue, I meant red. If the background color is else, we're gonna do the first box text that style the background color equals red. So if the background color is red, it changes to blue, and if it's not, it changes back to red. So if it's blue, it changes back to red. So the text is not changing because we didn't create the code. So red box. And now let's check. So as you guys can see, this is working well. If you guys want me to make another video, please let me know, and I'll make a long version of this video.